do this. Start that guy out. All right. We're headed Mills River.
How's your day been?
Good, man. You got a diesel shop here? Yeah,
diesel mechanic shop. I had to drop off my the work truck I drive for the weekend. Yeah, it's been having minor issues, so.
Is that your work truck?
No, the dump truck over there, no.
Oh, you got a real work truck.
Yeah, no, I wish that was my truck. I don't say that.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, man, so.
Yeah, that's cool. You come all the way out here for a diesel mechanic?
Well, yeah, well, we're actually working out of, Waynesville down here.
Okay.
So, I got off a little early so we could drop off the truck, so hopefully we'll be ready by Monday. But yeah, we've been working off of 40 going towards exit 7.
Oh, okay. Are you guys doing highway stuff? Or?
Yeah, I guess from the storm. Okay. Because I just started driving this year.
Gotcha.
So I guess from the storm, yeah, it got really bad on the way down.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lot of like, you know, they're remodeling. I mean, they're reworking. I feel like every highway around the area is being reworked on. No matter which route you take.
Seriously, and I had no idea that they were doing all that to Jonathan Creek at the front there. You know.
Yeah, man.
They've been working at that intersection forever, but you know, coming in on actual Jonathan Creek Road, I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, it's work everywhere. So.
Wow. Gotcha.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's a busy time, that's for sure, dude, because if you think about it, just normal production and normal construction, rather, when, you know, cities are growing and you're always doing roads and this and that, but now all of a sudden you throw a storm in the mix of it, you know, and you're backed up with all that work that was kind of projected for the future, and some of it even gets muddied up.
That's what it was. And well, originally I got my license not really, I got it just to get them to a certain extent, just to have as a backup.
Right on.
And then, because I never intended to drive, so once I texted my buddy, who I'm driving for, who has his own trucking company, and yeah, they were in Yancey County out there, and that was tore up bad.
Yeah.
So, I started off down with them, but like you said, all the side quests from the storm plus like 26, because I've been working there.
Oh shit.
That's been like an ongoing project forever, it seems like.
Forever, bro, since I've lived here for 13 years, dude.
Yeah.
And then when I got here, so I forget about it, it was kind of like the local joke, like, yeah, it's just always construction, it's always been that way there, and will always be that way. And I thought that was a joke, but yeah, 13 years later, I'm like,
man.
Shit.
I'm telling you. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Are you from the area?
No, actually, I've been up here. I moved up from Central Florida 13 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I love it up here. I mean, especially now this time of year, you know, and a week and a half ago when the season was in full bloom with all the colors.
No doubt.
You know, just really gorgeous. Summertime temperatures, aside from this last summertime, you know, are usually quite beautiful, quite comfortable. And, you know, most of the time a tolerable winter, even though I'd prefer to still get to warmer weather if I could, you know, because I'm like an outside person. I don't like to layer up and shit. You know, dude?
Well, yeah, I don't like to layer up, but I definitely love when it's cold, because I'm an outside person too, so I like going hiking. I'm trying to get into snowboarding out here in Maggie Valley, but it's terrible. Last year was my first year, and I'm complete crap, so I want to do that. I like to be outside. I try to be. I mean, obviously working in the truck, you always are to a certain extent when you got to get out, but sometimes you get too tired.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from Asheville.
You are from Asheville?
Yeah, I'm from Asheville.
You don't strike me as an Ashevillean. No, not really.
What else strike as?
I don't know. I was trying to get into the voice and just think, you know, a little more southern of North Carolina.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking maybe South Carolina or even in Georgia, I was thinking.
I'm from Asheville, yeah.
Cool.
I grew up I went to Irwin, and I grew up, I grew up in Arden, and then I moved out to West Asheville and grew up in Irwin, so I've had a lot of, and all my buddies to a certain extent, I've had a lot of country buddies and all that, but I guess that's where I got it from, but no, I'm Asheville.
Yeah, Arden's where I first moved to when I moved up here. Rented.
Now that place, from I know you knowing when you first got there till now, I know it's complete 360.
Dude, all the housing, and they haven't done a damn thing with the roads. This comes up in all conversations with all the locals who we talk about traffic and everything. I'm just like, Arden, they're like, oh my God. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, man. Arden, it's insane. The airport road is getting busier. They're adding so many gas stations, so much of everything.
And they've doubled the terminals at the airport now, which means that could bring in a lot more traffic and everything.
Yeah.
And more on top of what we already have there.
Yep. Yeah, man.
I don't know. Yeah, you always try to guess, like, how do the city planners, who's the guy in charge of...
You know what's funny? I think of the same thing because of that and all these bridges and everything. Like, who's in charge of all this? Because how? Like, how are y'all... And going back to, like, the planning stuff, like, you look into a little spot off now that the leaves are falling.
Right.
I've noticed so many apartment complex, homes, neighborhoods, like, off the highway that I would have never guessed that were there. It's like, how do y'all fit that there? Like, I live in Canton, so where I live is actually brand new, but I would have never thought about it if I would have known, like, how did y'all build this area? How did y'all build these?
See all the shit they threw up in Jonathan Creek there? All those houses? Dude, I think that's just going to be the beginning of what you're going to see a lot more of down that road.
The guys out here at that shop, they're from the area, and they're saying that they're about to start development, like, right off we just passed it.
Wow. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, though. If you think of the location, you think of the area, it's between here, it's between, you know, I-74 down there. Yeah. It's fairly central.
Yeah.
You just got to hop on here. It's quick to Asheville.
You can go to Asheville, you can go to Cherokee, you can go to Atlanta.
Quiet out here for the most part. It's a quieter community. So as a builder, I would say that would make sense right there.
Yeah,
you know, definitely. But for the locals, of course, they don't want that shit coming in. You know, nobody does. Nobody likes to see expansion and all. But I'm like, look, population grows every fucking year.
Yeah.
You know, where are they going to go? Housing's always going to be built one way or another. People got to have a place.
For sure, no doubt. Yeah. No, I get it. Especially areas like here and really out here, because really this area is probably very, very, very separated from Asheville. I mean, all of them are, but of course, like the outskirts of Asheville, you got Leicester. It's fairly close. You got Fairview. You got Canton. But Waynesville, it's its own little thing, and it's coming. It's about to grow.
It is, dude. It is.
Everywhere it is. But I mean, like you said, if anything, it doesn't matter if you're in Asheville, Charlotte, Florida, wherever, it's gonna grow no matter what.
Yeah, I'm expecting. I'm over on the closer to Canton, but my address is still in Waynesville. I'm right there on the line, and of course the paper mill. I'm just waiting to see when that thing gets knocked down and a whole bunch of housing gets thrown in there.
Oh yeah.
You know, but of course the issue with the paper mill is it's so low in the area.
Yeah.
That's what apparently, because they were under contract to buy. Somebody was under contract to buy the paper mill.
Yeah.
And then Helene hit, and they pulled out of the contract. Now there's lawsuits and this and that and all that going on, you know. But yeah, what to do with that area? It's already industrial. It's already kind of been marked as such. The only thing you really do is, if you can, put housing on it.
That would be interesting, because it's in the slap middle of Canton, and it's like, I wonder how that would work.
You have to build some dikes around it, bro. You know, and some pumps and stuff like that.
You know, and how it's been going here, I'm sure they're gonna do something with it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're not gonna just let it sit,
or even if you put like garages on the lower level and you put the housing on top of the garages kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, something at least where people will still have a place to stay, even if their car gets wrecked, you know, because it got flooded out by some freak storm. But yeah, I don't know how they're going to try to figure that one out. It should be quite interesting.
Yeah. That's a good one, because I feel like they're not going to let that little area, all that load of waste, they're going to do something with it. What? Because imagine if they do put apartments or housing, like the traffic that would be there, because it's such a to a certain extent a compact area. I mean, it is, I guess you could say.
Yeah. So. And if you think about it, the mill has survived there for over 100 years.
Yeah.
So somehow I'm sure they've had losses involved and things like that, but the mill still stands, you know, after however many floods they had, you know, 100 years prior, you know, let alone just the 2 or 3 in the past few years.
No, that's a good point.
There's something to it.
I'm curious to see how that goes.
Yeah, me too. It is, but you're right. It's a big area. It's right in the middle of town. So if it can be utilized properly, that is a gold mine area right there. Everybody drives through it.
Yeah.
You know, even when gets crammed up, as you know, everybody comes through the middle of Canton down through Candler and all. You know.
Yeah. Straight into fly.
Yeah.
KE band 3473.
Everything. And now they're gonna like over there in West Asheville, like that's where my family lives in the Canton Asheville area. Now they're gonna like expand the highway or something. It's just a lot. I don't know how, like you said, I'm curious to see how they do all the planning in the rooms when they're ready to like develop a project like that, because I would have never thought about that, but I guess that's why they're the engineers and
Yeah, that's why they get paid the big money. Yeah, you got it, man.
It's insane.
Making difficult land usable, you know, that's always been the trick in many different climates, you know, dealing here with inclines and the mud area and stuff like that, and the soil content down in Florida, dealing with storms and this and that, and swamp areas, and it's an engineering feat, but you're right, that's why those guys get paid the big bucks.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm sure you were used to that storm that yesterday. You weren't really that it really wasn't much to you coming from Florida, huh?
Well, honestly enough, I told everybody in Florida I'd never seen anything like this, because
everybody says that.
Florida, the water if it floods from storms, the water goes up and down. Okay. It's not moving.
Oh wow!
So when you got that much water and that force, you know, going down and just. That was amazing, just taking houses out of... You don't see houses floating in Florida unless they're on the beach.
Yeah.
You know, and it's been eroded for a while, just like the pictures we saw in, what was it, Outer Banks, North Carolina, I think.
Yeah.
You know, everybody was freaking out because these houses were falling in, but they didn't realize that had been years and years of progression getting to that point. You know, they had showed earlier pictures of those houses on stilts where they're well beyond the dunes, you know, and had plenty of room and everything. But of course, over time, now they show the pictures and they're literally like right on the beach.
Yeah, it's insane.
So, you know, down in Florida, what was interesting, we had erosion all the time, and they had some kind of a contract with the Army Corps engineers down there.
Okay.
So I think it maybe depended upon the storms, but usually every couple of years we'd see this barge come out and plant itself, you know, a little further out, maybe, I don't know, maybe a half mile or a quarter mile from the beach. Okay. And they'd construct these huge tubes underneath, and they would just pump sand from the ocean and blow it up on the beach to rebuild the dunes and everything.
Right.
And as I was living there, I'd see this happen like all the time. And I kind of thought to myself, that's what the hell the Outer Banks needed to do. Why didn't they do it like Florida does it?
That makes sense.
I don't get it. You know, now, the ultimate fix to it all, even though nobody likes it, is putting a seawall up, putting a barrier so that nothing can get washed away. You know, and that's how people live on the rivers and stuff like that. And especially, I mean, sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. If your seawall's old, you've got to rebuild it, and that's just part of upkeep living in that area. But same thing, we had a lot of homes that were on canals. The river went up and down, some of that stuff went out, people had to rebuild their seawalls, and that protects them again from any kind of erosion or washout, as long as it's, you know, in good place. Nobody really wants to see it on the beach, although if you look around, there are some beaches that have concrete seawalls that are up, so they'll never go anywhere and they won't wash out. You
That's
know?
actually interesting. I never thought about it, because I've never known about that, actually. I've never seen a seawall or nothing.
Yeah, it's really nothing that you don't pay a whole lot of attention to, but like if you ever been to like pretty much any kind of a canal home, as long as the canal isn't one of these that just, you know, gently grades into where the water is, you know, it's a thing that everything in that canal is called a seawall.
Oh,
you know, for lack of better terms, in a freshwater environment. But yeah, again, it's a structure put in place that, you know, just holds the water back. Like if you look at Louisiana and Biloxi,
oh yeah,
you know, you'll see a lot of seawalls up and things like that.
Yeah.
Louisiana, they even have dikes, which are, you know, even bigger than just a seawall. A seawall is just meant to keep stuff from washing out. It's not meant to hold the water back constantly.
No doubt.
But, you know, there's things obviously that can be done about all that, you know, costs money and so forth. But, you know, if they put those things in place, you'd see a lot less disaster and destruction. I don't know why they didn't, you know. Shit's been eroding for years, but
no, for sure.
Maybe they just wanted cash out on their insurance and
I'm sure.
head down the road.
Like that, yeah.
I don't know, dude.
It's something, because that does make sense. And I mean, you can't really, you know, can't stop no kind of flooding or nothing from happening. But like you said, trying to make it where it's not as bad, then maybe, you know, there's a way to do that. So
reduce some of the damage.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That is a good point. Yeah, I couldn't live. I like the beach.
Damn, look at this setup, bro.
Wow.
He's got propane tanks, gas tanks underneath. He's got his 2 4-wheelers up there. It's like a big. Look at that vehicle. Yeah. My God, what is that? Nice. It's like an international. It looks like an army truck.
Hey.
Wow, dude. That is like major major overlander, bro.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Man,
that's neat.
Yeah, I wonder what it looks like in the back there.
I was about to say,
area.
People probably like make it, like people will make that into like a camper.
Yeah, that's what I did with an enclosed 7x14 trailer.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I kind of keep it dual purpose, but like earlier this year I dragged it down to Florida in my other truck that needs a new engine now. That's why I'm in this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 7x14 trailer, and I put a port in the bottom so I can run an extension cord in and out.
Nice.
I put an AC and put a exhaust up on the side there, and I had my adjustable bed in for my my arthritis situation and all that, so I could actually sleep. Yeah. So I realized that was the only way I can travel now. I can't lay flat. If I went to a hotel or something, I'd have to ask them for probably a dozen pillows so I could position my body. But I was like, let me do it this way, and I went down, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had a little cooktop in there, a little induction cooktop, and a cold box kind of storage for basic, you know, kept my steak, my eggs, my bacon, my stuff in there, and cook out breakfast every morning. You know, just drop the tail down in the Florida, and it was a lot of fun, dude.
No, that sounds like that's what I want. Yeah, I would like to do that. That's neat.
Yeah,
it's just way better like doing it that way and more affordable than trying to buy a dang camper or something.
Totally.
No doubt. That's neat.
And there's a lot of people who do it. I made it comfortable for myself, but I mean, you could even do it with a small little tiny trailer if you wanted to, you know. That wouldn't be a whole lot of work. The secrets, though, depending upon where you're going, if you're keeping it in cold country, definitely got to insulate it. So you got to pull the panels off, put some little insulation up, or spray foam. And they make those spray foam kits, so you can get it Amazon and stuff and do it yourself.
Okay.
But I haven't done that because my plans, I'm not going to travel when it's cold. I'm good with that. Yeah, I don't need to be stuck in like snow and dragging a trailer around or icy conditions. Nah, thanks. But I would like to continue going back to Florida. My family's down there and all, so, you know, visiting and vacationing. And so, yeah, I drove that bitch all the way down to Key West.
Oh, wow.
And my son ended up flying down from Central Florida and camping with me for 3 days.
Nice.
It was a great time, man.
I want to go down to Key West. I hear it's beautiful.
It is. It's wacky as fuck, dude. Yeah. It's backwards down there. Yeah. The other keys, I mean, and it's all the tourist area, so you're gonna go down there. Don't expect all the other keys, you know, north of you to be like that. That's the wild, the wild area. It's the fucking Wild West to the south. Yeah. But yeah, I stopped in the Everglades, camped out there twice. Absolutely amazing. I highly recommend the Everglades. So peaceful, beautiful. Thousands of acres there. Just serene, natural Florida wildlife.
See, I need to do that. I've only been to Jacksonville and Panama City.
Oh, okay.
In Florida. That's it.
Yeah.
I want to go to
Jacksonville's cool.
Yeah, Jacksonville's neat. I want to go to Key West and Clearwater.
Well, let me tell you something. Every year, I've been tracking this for years because I've always wanted to go to Key West ever since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Just to make it down to the furthest southern point, you know. Now I want to do it to every corner in the United States, you know. So eventually, maybe that'll be the bucket list thing, you know, in a few years when I can get back to doing that kind of stuff. But I've been watching out of Asheville, and right in the middle of every March are the cheapest flights down to Key West. They have a direct flight, and you can get a round trip for under $100. I've seen a
March.
Yes, right in the middle of March, like not the first week, not the last week, kind of a little beginning, a little end of that, but like 2 to 3 weeks right smack dab in the middle.
So basically, like, you have to book it to go in the middle of March to go to March? I mean, to go to Key West in March?
I'm not sure how far they let you book.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just booking a regular flight. This isn't a hotel, but the hotel is going to be another challenge for you getting down there because that's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, so you save your money on the flight down there at least. You know, March, it's still cold up here. You go down there, it's beautiful weather. Yeah. You know, and it's kind of a transition time too, so things are not as expensive. Not as expensive. It's worth the trip to go down there and just to muddle around and see the place and visit it, and it's a lot of freaking fun. Driving, it was the same distance. I'm back there in the Canton area, like I told you.
Nice.
It's the same distance from here to Central Florida as it was for me from Central Florida to Key West.
Oh God.
It's like 8.5 hours there, and then once I was there, 8.5 hours there.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I always see like people always like showing like that bridge. Was it like
7 Mile Bridge? Yes. Dude, I got down there. I could not contain my excitement. The night before, I was in the Everglades, and I couldn't sleep, bro. So I got on the road at like fucking 4:30. I'm like, I'm gonna catch the sunrise in the Keys. And I sure as shit, dude. I went down there. And the sun just pulled over somewhere, sat on the beach. And then hit the 7 Mile Bridge. Like, oh my God, this is amazing.
That's one of those things. Is like you have to do.
Yes.
You have to do.
It was so much fun.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
There's a lot of like things to do, I'm sure, down there.
A lot. There's a lot of museums. The Shipwreck Museum was a great one. Okay. They had my friend who lives in Marathon, which was north of there. I went and visited with her, but she was like, if you want to get the best overview of Key West, go to the Shipwreck Museum, and they've got the best observatory. Dude, we get up there. I don't know if you know much about Key West, but we get up there, and I get my camera out, and I'm videoing, just dude, you know, walking around, and all we hear is roosters going off fucking everywhere. Everywhere. Now, here's the wacky thing. Down in Key West, roosters chickens in general, are a protected bird. You can't harm them.
Right.
They let them run free and tear everything up.
Oh.
So when you go to like Winn-Dixie or Publix or a grocery store, dude, there's chickens like in the little islands and stuff in the mulch nesting and shit.
What?
The mulch spread everywhere. You know how dirty chickens can be and how much of a mess. Dude, they're everywhere. At the campground I was at, it is. So here's the story behind it, and I got the lowdown from a dude who we met at the campground. I had this high-powered laser. I was just having fun shining it over the ocean, and he came up, and he was a veteran. He's like, I wouldn't do that. The Air Force is the base is right over there. They might not like you doing that. I was like, oh.
Shoot.
So we just got into that open up conversation, and I'm like, can you tell me about this place? Why are the people so rude here, and why are there fucking chickens everywhere? And he goes, well, first of all, the rude people, he goes, they're all foreigners. Everybody who works here, it's too expensive for Americans to live here unless you're rich as all hell. He goes, so we got Cubans, we got Dominicans, we got everybody from other places, and they don't want to be here. He goes, almost none of them speak English, and this is the God honest truth. And he goes, the businesses that hire them work with these hotels that used to exist, and they turn the hotels into like efficiencies. He goes, so that's where they live as their employee quarters, and you might have a studio apartment with like 7 people in there. So
wow. Insane.
Yeah, exactly, because they're trying to save money too. And honestly enough, a lot of the third world countries where they come from, maybe not so third world, but it might be even a better place to stay. You know?
I say, I'd rather be in Dominican Republic or Puerto Rico, wherever.
Yeah, I would say, but you know, they're used to. Some of them are used to having a dirt floor to sleep on. You know, and
wow.
I guess for them, you know, shacking up and just having a bed and a place, you know, with a roof over your head and is better. But they're not happy, and they kind of, you can read it all over their faces down there, dude. They're not happy to be there. I went to, with my son, we went into Winn-Dixie. We got a few items because we were it was deep frying chicken wings in bacon grease, bro.
Nice.
Oh, so good.
That sounds good.
And so I'm buying 2 things of chicken wings, and I put the stuff and all the drinks and all that on the conveyor. And you know, I'm a very delightful person. I'm a talkative person, and she doesn't say anything, just starts ringing up, doesn't even look at me, and I kind of glare over at my son like, let's see where this goes. I wasn't going to say anything. Normally I start conversations, hey, how's your day going, whatever, you know, and when you're in a supermarket, normally they're like, hey, did you find everything, you know, how's your day? Just a little bit, you know, a little, you know.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Sure.
So this girl said nothing until the very end where she handed me my receipt and just said thank you. And I looked at my son, I was like, wow, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm not used to that. It's the first time that's ever happened where I've had a crusty, you know, kind of cashier, you know, of sorts. It's customer service, man. So
that's interesting.
So with the roosters and the chickens, this guy goes on to tell me, he goes, well, back in the day, you know, a lot of Cubans around here, and they used to do cockfighting.
Oh, wow, okay.
So they outlawed cockfighting, and everybody just let their birds go. And I was like, what? He goes, yep. He goes, I knew a guy that was hired by the city, or the government or the town, whatever it was at the time. He goes, and they paid him like, I think they paid him like $60,000 or something like that to capture all the birds. He goes, and he did. He captured all the chickens, however long it took. Finally got them all. He goes, and then he set them free. And I was like, wait, what? He goes, I asked him why he set them free, and he goes, so they'll pay me again to capture them all. Instead of paying him, they protected the birds. So they made them a protected species on the island. So now they're just running rampant, doing what they want, going where they want to go, and you can't harm them at all.
What?
Yeah.
That's funny how it worked out.
Isn't that crazy, dude?
Now you see chickens normally like it's a cat.
Yes.
Around.
Dude, totally. Totally.
That's funny.
So if you ever get out that way and you're like, what the fuck's with all the chickens, just remember this conversation that we had.
For sure.
It's a weird place to be, dude. It really is. It's fun.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do and a lot to see. There's a lot of history, but it is fucking wacky down there, bro.
Damn. That's like more exciting to find more about it. It sounds interesting for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of history. There's a lot to do. There's, you know, it's a place of a port where, you know, a lot of people would come in and stay, and there's a pirate history to it also, and it's all, you know, mainly naval history.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, knowing how it got founded and colonized and things like that, and eventually the roads going in, Alligator Alley was the main drag going in, and how that's changed over the years, and yeah, it's really cool, man.
History to it. Wow, I would have never guessed.
Yeah, and then you get to go down, you get to see the sunset, which is a big thing.
Really?
Everybody lines up all along the water. It's a regular thing. A lot of people play music and sing Kumbaya or whatever.
Yeah.
I forget what song they sing, but it's like a rite of passage kind of thing. If you go to the Key West, you have to watch the sun go down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm sure it's beautiful.
It is. I time-lapsed it because, you know, it takes a while when you're staring at the sun, so I kind of held my thing in one position, and I would pause it, and so when I played it back, it had this really cool effect.
That's neat.
You know, scrolling out.
And that is a good point.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
What do you think is your favorite place you've traveled to?
Favorite place? That's a tough one. We did a lot of traveling when we were younger too. Our parents used to drive from Florida to New York, so we'd go and visit all of our relatives up in New York and everything.
Okay.
So we've been to like the Shenandoah Valley. We've been to a few other mountains. mountains and areas. I'd have to say I really like Reno. I've been out to Reno, Nevada a few times.
My family lives out there.
Ah,
yeah.
Lake Tahoe
Lake
is
Tahoe.
amazing.
I was just out there 2 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, we went in March. No, I forgot what month we went.
Okay.
But we went to Lake Tahoe and it was freezing.
Yeah, dude.
I know it was like someday. It wasn't no cold day either. I mean, no cold month. And Lake Tahoe was just 50s. I want to say it was in August. Now that I think about it. Anyways, Lake Tahoe. I want to go back to Lake Tahoe. I love it.
Yeah.
Reno is the littlest biggest city in the world.
Yeah, something like that.
Man. I love Reno. Yeah, I've been there a lot. Yeah.
Me too, dude. We bowled nationals out there in the
nice.
National Bowling Stadium.
Okay.
Obviously, that's located. My dad ended up like finding a timeshare through this guy who was just like, just take it. I don't want it.
Oh wow.
And so he got a timeshare, and then I think they have the nationals there every 2 years.
Oh wow.
And every year he would go and he'd use it for a week, but then the other years where he was bowling, he'd contact his buddies in Florida where he lived and be like, hey, who wants to come and bowl nationals?
Nice.
And I got a place. And so he'd have, 5, 6, 7 guys come up, and everybody gets to use, the digs there, save money on room and board and have a nice little vacation.
Heck yeah, you can't beat that.
Yeah,
You gotta pay for your plane ticket.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fun place.
It is.
It really is. I was there for, there's a bike event that happens, and I forget when that was, but it was called like the Streets of Thunder, and it was kind of like Bike Week.
Okay.
Just custom choppers everywhere, super cool. That was, we happened upon that, like did not time it, it just happened.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a chance to go to, which we used to always do, the Silver City, what is it called? Carson City's the capital.
Okay, so
No, but Virginia City.
Yeah, like up in there, like it's like an old town. No,
Yes.
That's Virginia City. Yep.
Yeah,
I got
it was like the original silver mining town, I think is what they said. That's why
I went there, Carson City. Yep, I went to those 2 spots. Yep.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, man.
I love it out there. It's so much fun.
It's awesome.
Seeing those old doors that have been there since like when they were first put up.
Yeah,
you know?
It's beautiful. It's crazy. And when you really get to travel, at least for me, like when you really get to travel these places, you don't really think of certain things, and then you see something, you're like, wow. Makes me really open-minded, because I would have never thought about seeing this or traveling here or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, I love it. I love Reno. I love I would like. That's so funny because you bring that up, because I always tell everybody, like, I would like to move out there because it seems affordable and it's no tax state.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a tax-free state. Don't quote me, but I have heard, and it seems to be affordable. Because you know what's funny? It kind of reminded me of Asheville to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think they're a little bigger, but
a smaller feel to the city. Yeah, dude, I get that.
City, and then you have the mountains surrounding you, and then you got Lake Tahoe down the road, and it kind of gave me like a Asheville vibe. I think that's why I loved it, and of course, I have family down there. So.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Reno, I feel like, is an underrated spot.
It really
of course,
is.
when you think of Nevada, you're like Vegas. Have you been to Vegas?
Oh, I've been to Vegas a few times. I actually have family there.
Nice.
So yeah, my aunt, my uncle, they had recently, well, a few years ago, they had passed away, but I still have cousins and second cousins out there, and stuff like that. The first time I was out there was when I was probably like around 12 to 13 years old.
Oh, really?
And yeah, we flew out there, and it was back before Fremont Street had the cover over the top. Oh, wow. So they had the old cowboy sign and the cowgirl.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I've never been to Reno. I mean, not Reno, but Vegas. I want to go to Vegas.
Dude, Vegas is really, I mean, it is more touristy, obviously, than Reno is.
Really? Yeah.
I'm not, if you want to go there, you go there for the shows, go there to see certain things.
Yep.
But that's all you're really gonna get is a whole bunch of gambling.
Okay.
You'll get the buffet.
So really, if you're not into that, don't bother.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to go to Reno. Dang. I keep saying I need to go to Reno. I guess. Nah, I want to go to Vegas just because of the.
You got to see it at least once.
Yeah. But I'm not really a gambler. Like, I'll go in there and $20 in a slot machine, call it a day.
Yeah.
But I'm not really into the gambling. I just don't like losing money. But. Like, I've always heard the same things. Like, if you're not a gambler, I mean, of course, like you just said, it's a place to go just to see.
Yeah.
But
It really is though, and if you keep that in mind that I'm going to a town that's set up for gambling tourists, you'll be okay because you'll be able to enjoy the touristy part of it, like walking down Fremont Street and seeing the light show and everything and the acrobats.
Yeah.
You know, you can even grab a drink and drink it on the streets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Because you're allowed, you can just walk down the street with a drink in your hand, open container.
Oh.
So if you're walking around just to view things and see like, wow, look at that building, look at this.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you step in the casinos, dude, you're just looking at games.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I see it everywhere you go there.
You know what's funny? I've seen this a picture of a picture of a person. They were in a plane, and they took a picture of Vegas in the daytime. Is it really like literally it's surrounded by just straight desert?
Yeah.
Like it's just like little. It's not a little town, but it's just the city and literally dirt all around it. Does it really just look like that?
It's very arid surrounding it.
Because I never thought about it. But then I seen that picture of somebody like on a flight, and they posted it, went viral on Facebook or something. It's like, wow, that's insane to look at it. Like, this is what it is. It's just a city built in the middle of quote unquote nowhere.
Yep.
Really think of it if you want to put it like that. Wow, that's insane, dude.
Well, it's so here's a way to kind of sum that up for you too. So you know, in certain areas out there, prostitution is legal.
Oh yeah,
and it's regulated. And they call it bunny ranches.
Yeah. Oh really?
Or I forget. There's probably new terms for it now, but you know, bunny ranches and all. So the only way that is allowed is when the population of the city that they're in is under a certain amount. So bunny ranches surround Las Vegas because their populations are so low, because like you said, it's really just all arid desert, you know, and there's nothing surrounding there. We drove to Mount Charleston while we were there, and my kids saw snow for the first time.
Really?
Back in
Florida.
Yeah. I think it was like 2005. I forget exactly what year it was we went out there. But anyways, on the drive out there, dude, there ain't squat. They're like, there ain't shit.
Have you been to New York?
Yes.
You mentioned New York, but New York City.
I went to Brooklyn. Does that count?
I think so. I think so, yeah. Because I know you said you had family up there, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Yep. What part? In Brooklyn?
No, outside of the city, in the Orange County area, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours west.
Okay.
I would say. And then my dad's side of the family is Long Island.
Nice, okay.
So, yeah, a little bit out there, but... Yeah, I've driven through the city a little bit. I used to live in Boston for 2 years. And one time when we went, I forget where it was, but we drove through New York City. We saw the Statue of Liberty out on the side and all that. Yeah. How about yourself?
Yeah, I love New York. So my old job, my old boss, which I got really close to, and still to this day we're great friends. He's from Brooklyn, ironically enough. I've never been to Brooklyn. I've been up there with him like 3-4 times, but we always were in Jamaica, Queens.
Okay.
But I was like, man, I want to go to New York City. Like, I want to go to Manhattan, I should say. I want to, like,
Times Square.
I want to see that, get that out my system.
Yeah.
We went during, we were planning to do a trip, like, because we were going to go watch a Knicks game, but then COVID hit. So I ended up doing, like, I finally got to go to Madison Square Garden, got to see Manhattan. So I went there the first time with him. And I was like, nah, you know what? I want to do the tourist thing, because I want to do the Statue of Liberty. I want to go to Rockefeller Center. I want to go to all that crap that every tourist does. I want to do, ride the train, ride the bus through the city. And so 2-3 years ago, I think it's going probably on 3. Me and my family went up there, and we only went there for a weekend. But boy, I tell you what, we got our money's worth, because it was the best trip I've ever taken. Cool. You know, seeing the Statue of Liberty in person is insane. Like,
did you get to Liberty Island? Did you?
Yeah. Well, we didn't get out. We just stayed on the boat. We were like, we were exhausted already. You know, because you're in New York. You just go.
Yeah.
Go. Like, it's this. I kind of like it to a certain extent, but getting back to Asheville, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I kind of do like the slowness of the pace, but no, man. We didn't. We just got to see it, but. Yeah,
okay.
Man, I love it. I want to go back again to do the boroughs. So I've been to Queens. I want to see I want to go to the Bronx. I want to see what Brooklyn's about. Food wise.
Yeah.
Because that's I will say Manhattan. We went to like a Korean barbecue place. It was obviously good. You know, you're just paying for what it is. But I want to try some pizza from the side of the road that's freaking $1. You know.
Yeah, dude.
Cool going to a bodega and getting a sandwich, which I have done in Queens, but I want to try different places. But yeah, I want to do that. Hopefully next year I want to try to do that. But also a lot of people's like, you're in New York, you need to go try to go to a new place. I really want to go to Jackson. I think it's Jackson, Wyoming, if I'm not mistaken. It's called.
Okay.
It's somewhere in Wyoming. I want to go to Wyoming. Something about Wyoming just catches my attention.
Really?
I love it.
Of all places out in the Midwest, Wyoming. Huh.
Yeah, it's the mountains. It's something about those mountains, and in this, I always hear it's beautiful in the cold in the winter, which I don't know. I don't know how I would want to be stuck in the middle of the winter in the Midwest. But yeah, man, something about Wyoming, it just catches my eye. I want to go there. So just to try, because I mean, everybody do Wyoming.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, man, I want to go out there. I want to, you know, talking about it, I might look that up and see, like, just get the Wyoming experience. I don't know squat about Wyoming at all, other than it being in the Midwest, but I want to see, like, I don't like to do, what are they called, when you go to some place and you have a list with certain specific
bucket list?
Not really, but, so say you're going to, like, for example, you're going to New York and you're like, oh, I want to visit we're going to go do this, that, and the third. What is that called? An eternity?
Oh, itinerary. Yeah.
I'm not into that. Me
Yeah. You're just like whatever strikes you.
But with Wyoming, I kind of want to do that. Just because I feel like there's more to it. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, you might be able to maximize your time if you know where you're going and all, you know. Especially if your time is limited. You know, if you're up there and you're like, I got 2 weeks to do anything, that's a little different. But when you're like, I got 3 days to fucking go around and see everything I want to see, you got to tighten that up a little bit, you know.
I also want to see. I want to go to Salt Lake City or Utah, but I don't know.
That's an interesting place.
Yeah, something about those. I feel like I don't know. Something about those cities or towns or whatever you want to call them. They just catch my attention. It's neat, but yeah. What's your next trip? What do you want to plan your next trip to?
What's
your like? Oh man, I want to go here. I gotta. You know, that's my next place.
Yeah, back to Florida.
Really?
I think so. I got a granddaughter down there, so
neat.
You know, my kids are down there now. They moved back to Florida because they were like, it's too boring up here, Dad. And
up here in Asheville?
Yeah. When they became of age, they just went ahead and took off back to Florida.
Yeah, well, that's I'm not lying, because unless you like going to breweries or I don't know, other outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
That's all I do, and I got tired of it. There's really not much.
There really isn't.
That's why I like going to other places, and it's like, okay, this is crazy. Because when you get back home, and it's home, I love Asheville, but man, it's just a little box.
Yeah.
It feels like it's like you know what to do. You go this place, you know that place, and that's what it is. I'm sure Florida is like a million things.
Oh yeah.
You know, because you're in Central Florida, you can go to Orlando.
You go to a beach, go to that.
You go wherever you want. You
dude.
can trip out of that.
Yeah, Orlando's a fairly big city and all. Now, I had forgotten to mention, you were talking about New York, and you reminded me, I was at the park, Central Park in New York before.
Oh, yes, dude. Yeah, we will walk through that,
Yeah, I was on a trip there because at the time in Boston, I was actually going to a seminary.
Oh,
so I was a seminarian, and we went to see the Pope John Paul.
Yeah.
When he came to town, it was either 94 or 95, somewhere right around those years. He did the Mass in Central Park.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. And it was, you should have seen how many people were there. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, because we went to the, it's a shame, I don't know the name, the big old Catholic church in the middle of Manhattan.
Oh, is this St. Patrick's?
Yeah,
Cathedral?
we went there.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
We went there. They had a whole Mass and all. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we had actually seen the Pope at a seminary and I don't remember where in New York it was, And then the next day we went to, I forget exactly where we were staying, but we slept the night and then we took the subway in.
Nice.
And we got out of the Central Park thing, and then we were there for a few hours for the mass and all that. But yeah, I'd never been in that area of New York before.
Yeah, Central Park is huge, dude.
Yeah, it is. Even from a picture, you're like, I saw it last night. I was like, damn.
Yeah, when we were walking through it, we were like, okay, let's walk from this end to the other and see how long. Man, it was no lie. It was about to be. Yeah, it was basically an hour. I'm like, nah.
It's a fucking mile walk, dude.
Around.
Oh my gosh.
We have to turn around because it's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you will walk for hours on that thing.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It was really interesting. So yeah, other than that, you know, I've been through a few other cities and stuff on the way back and forth to New York, and nothing major. That's how I got to know the North Carolina area.
Really?
One of the times we were on our way, my parents decided to take the mountain route.
Yep.
And we came up and stayed in Cashiers, and I fell in love with the hummingbirds and the fireflies and all that, man. It was just great. So later on in life, when I wanted to transition out of Florida 13 years ago, I was like, let me go check that place out again. And I flew to Asheville, and I was just like, yeah, I could dig this.
Yeah, for sure.
So I dragged the kids up here.
That's good. Hey, you have to get that balance. You got to get that balance. When do you think you're gonna go see your family again? You think?
Gotta see. We're going to this guy?
The next one. I don't know why it's
Okay.
Yeah, right here, right there. Yep.
Gotcha. As soon as I can. My only problem is I'm stuck in a payment right now with this stupid thing, because so it may take a few more years for me to get this thing paid off and driving, and you know, to get back down there again.
For sure.
But I'm not gonna rush it. They know where I'm at, and usually I try to get them to come up this way if they can. And they do. My son will fly up here. A lot of times we'll like go out together and see a concert, somebody who's in town.
Nice.
My daughter was up like a year ago with my granddaughter and stuff.
Yeah, okay,
so
that's good.
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Man, this traffic is non-stop right here. There we go.
And I'll just get out right here.
Perfect.
Awesome, man. Well, look, man, I appreciate you. Had a pleasure meeting you.
Hey, it was a pleasure, brother. Yes,
Have a
absolutely.
blessed day, and
Thank you.
yeah,
You do
man.
the same, and best of luck to you in the future.
For sure. You as well, man.
Thank you.